We're back after a bit of a hiatus to analyze some genius music, and considering a certain other YouTuber that does videos on anime music seems a little too preoccupied with making other videos, I don't think it's such a bad time to return to it. And since it's Death Note month, I figure it's finally time to get to some of the brilliant themes I've seen requested time and time again. Ever since I made the first Genius Anime Tunes video, by far the most requested videos I've been asked to do are Nier's theme, the track we're doing later in the month, and the theme we're covering today, Light's theme. Much like the previous L's theme, Light's theme is home to some absolutely brilliant aspects that, much like the rest of the soundtrack, can be used to tell a sort of cohesive narrative, all on its own. And yes, it manages to do this all while completely lacking any type of vocals or lyrics. Seriously, that's just how amazing this soundtrack is. Don't believe me? Well, sit tight, pull out your notebooks, and make sure to take that potato chip and eat it, because we're digging into this amazing track to find the depth hidden just underneath the surface. Let's get started. So, if you remember correctly, the themes of Light and L share a common link in how they represent the characters. As showcased in L's theme, L is undoubtedly represented by the piano present in both themes. And as we have already established, Light is represented by the single guitar present in both tracks as well. Keeping that in mind, let's move on to Light's theme. Light's theme starts off with a single lone guitar playing a very somber phrase, and this same general structure for the guitar's rhythm will remain similar throughout the song. It is then met with a much louder, blaring guitar. Now, who would this blaring represent then, you ask? Well, I'd argue that this blaring represents Kira, Light's other personality that becomes present in his mind after he receives the Death Note. I say this because the two are not only played in tandem throughout the track, but these are the two instruments that immediately start the track off, as in, Light starts off as a normal human and then quickly becomes Kira as time goes on. It follows the first couple episodes perfectly. They play simultaneously for a while before being interrupted by the piano. This is after L had begun investigating Kira, and is now getting in on the fun at the moment. After this piano, a beat joins in as well, which could mean two things. One is the obvious fact that more people are joining in on the investigation in general, but the other has to do with Light's state of mind. You see, as the song continues, the guitar will become completely covered at points by blaring and beats, basically meaning that Light is basically unable to exist at the present moment. Chances are that the part of this story that this chunk is representing is one of the many insane clashes throughout the story. Oftentimes, Kira has to make daring and at times borderline insane plans to be able to get the upper hand on L, and in this case it's really difficult for Light to be both Light and Kira, as this slowly begins to take over his entire mind. Notice that the guitar isn't fully gone, however, and when the piano begins playing, the guitar is always present at the same time. L and Light always interact with each other, even if Light's just acting. Light needs to keep being Kira, but he can't blow his cover, so while interacting with L, he puts on a mask, as by this point, Light is becoming much less Light and much more Kira. The personality is completely taking over Light's body, and yet Light isn't completely allowed to leave yet either. After some massive blaring again, the guitar becomes fully unrecognizable at times, likely representing the section of the story where Misa has already been kidnapped by L, and Light needs to make a daring plan to get himself out of trouble. As the song nears its end, it's clear he comes up with one. As the blaring ends, we are left with a single guitar again. Light has lost his memories of the Death Note, but things aren't over yet. Just as it seems like the song will keep going like this, the guitar portion, and thusly the track itself, ends. Light has already regained the Death Note and his memories, and after disposing of his most dangerous enemy, the existence of Light fades just as the guitar does, leaving room for only one being that truly embodies him now, Kira. And hey, why don't you check out my second channel where I have a new video out finally, or perhaps check out my other Death Note content. If you enjoyed this, why not give it a like? Maybe subscribe if you liked it, and hey, tell me what other tracks, openings, or endings you want me to analyze. I hope you enjoyed this video, and see you later.